Hey, this is Adam with Productivity Academy. Today I got a little bit of an update on Shift or Try Shift, which is a app for managing multiple Gmail accounts. Is how they originally kind of styled it and how it's known, but it can also handle Outlook accounts. And then they've gone into adding Google services and other apps like Evernote, adding more extensions, and I'll get into that in a minute. But real quick, if you haven't subscribed to YouTube channel yet and you're into productivity, process, especially if you're an entrepreneur and looking for ways to get better at what you want to do and spend less time doing the stuff you don't want to do, click the subscribe button to stay up to date. So I do live Q&As about productivity and organization and then videos like this. So if that's what you're interested in, now is a good time to join the group. So let's just get into it though. And about 7-8 months ago, I made a video about Shift 2.0. When I tried it out, and they definitely had several less extensions enabled inside, and I'll show you what all this means in a minute. And there was a lot of third-party apps that you could do, and so you download the program. It's cross-platform, like they said, so it's available for Windows, Mac, Linux, and then you open it up and you start adding your accounts. And I just wanted to start off on this page to kind of show you what you get and how much it costs. So for free, you can add up to 2 accounts. I think if you're just looking to integrate Gmail, that I believe it's been a little while since I've used this because I've really been drastically cutting back on my time spent in email. So I don't mind. And I also have a couple Google Business accounts. So I can have those open easily in the Chrome browser in different tabs. It's not a big of a deal to me. And I also just keep that stuff closed most of the time. So anyways, that said, if you're just looking for Gmail accounts, multiple Gmail account users, I think you might want to try something else. And then Pro, you can have unlimited accounts. And then once you get into advanced, you get the Chrome extensions and unified search and access to other applications. So that's kind of the big deal. And I think this is where for Shift, a lot of people look at it and say, oh, okay, cool. I want to use these other apps. I want to enable extensions. And from there, it's a matter of looking at these, testing it out, and then seeing if it's worth it to you. Because yeah, you see the $100 a year, which is what, about $8 a month. It needs to be worth it. I would just say, keep in mind, and I say this in every review video I've done, to you, it might not be worth it, but keep in mind, $8 a month might really be worth it to somebody. If it saves them 1 hour of time or makes their workflow much more simple, then to them, that's really worth it. So it's not that the software isn't worth the money. It's that it doesn't fit for you or it does fit for you. That's all that matters. So let's hop over here into the actual application. So I've kind of cleaned it out. I've got my Gmail account up here, which I'm not going to really go into. I don't want to show all my emails, all my personal emails, but it's nice. It's good integration with Gmail. You can check out the other videos, and I'll have the links. And when you go in here, you have extensions, apps, and then these other things. Again, a personal stuff account in general. This is the important stuff, and you can see here right to start with apps. I have browse apps and installed apps. Okay, I have Evernote, Slack, WhatsApp, Trello, and Facebook Business, which I just added today to try that out. And then these are all of the apps. So there's a lot of other interesting ones. I could see this kind of being like your workstation in a box if you use these tools. Okay, so that's the big caveat there. If you're not using these, it might not be as handy. You still have to go to the browser. But I do like having communication tools available. I think that that's really neat. That they have things like Discord and Google Hangouts, and maybe you can kind of focus all of your communications into here. Although I'm noticing now, I thought that Skype was included in here, and I'm not seeing it. So that's kind of, oh, there it is. Sorry, I almost said it wasn't. So I liked having that so that I don't have all of these tabs and programs open and tons of messaging. I can pop in here if I need to. So let's go in and see how this actually looks. Okay, so this is, to me, this looks a lot like the Android app. And so this is Evernote. And I can go in here and let's go to notebooks. All right. And you can go through here and, yep, this is my Evernote setup. And, it just slides back out. So we could go into like templates and you can see these just like you're seeing them. So I just want to show everybody. I realize this isn't maybe super interesting if you're not interested in actually using this app, but you can see how it's implemented here. All right, let's see. Slack, not too much. It looks like Slack. Trello is, embedded in here as well. To me, it was seamless in terms of using it. And then let's see, I don't think I have WhatsApp actually installed. Let's so yeah, this is Slack. And so it looks just like the Slack app, really nice, smooth. And then this was me complaining about our updated privacy policy emails. If you're watching this in around June 2018, you've seen those all over. So, all right, let's go back to settings. And then extensions is definitely something I want to kind of wrap this up on. When they launched, I believe it was Boomerang, which is a really good extension, and then Grammarly were the two that they had. And so they've added a lot. So I can't speak to all of these, but obviously like Dropbox for Gmail, you get to send and preview links. That's nice. GoToMeeting, I guess. I don't use that. LastPass is a big one for me. I'm a LastPass user, so I really like having that. I know Mixmax is another one people use, and then Todoist for Gmail, as well as Zoom, which is kind of nice. I've never actually needed to schedule directly from Google Calendar, but I like to have that ability. So I think, again, it comes down to me is you look at this and you say, does this fit in my workflow, and could I try it out? How long would it take me to figure out if this makes sense to me? And so for myself right now, I'm not pushing this as like, this is my go-to. I'm not using it because I've really tried to pare down the amount of time I spend in my inbox. And so if I have something open that has my inbox in it, even if I'm working somewhere else, just having that there, I know is going to I'm eventually going to be dragged into there. I do like having this all-in-one for like social kind of, or just communication, I'll call it. So having Slack, having Skype, having Google Hangouts, and having that all, in one app was pretty good. I previously used Franz. And so it's just a matter of trying, do you like having all of these things together? Does it make you more productive? Does it maybe make it so you have less notifications all over the place? Or does it end up being more work for yourself than it's worth? Or like myself, do you feel like you're going to get distracted? So the best advice I have is, as always, just to give it a shot. Try it. If it doesn't work, okay, you tried it, and you could get a refund depending on what the product is. But again, if it's Shift, if it's another one, just see what works for you. And that's half of what this is developing your own framework and finding the tools that fit into that for you. So hopefully this is helpful. And if you have any more specific questions, feel free to reach out. I like updating these and showing as we go, because for me, it was important to find out, hey, there's been added extensions. They're making this more useful. I think one of the limitations with Shift 2.0 was the lack of extensions, and people going, well, I don't want to use the app if it's going to really limit, the ability that Gmail has, which is really powerful in the browser. So it's good to see that that's developing and becoming more on par with the browser. So like I said, if you have any questions, you can pop them in the comments below, or if you're watching this somewhere else, just head to YouTube and check out the Productivity Academy and leave a comment. Thanks for watching.